Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk a little bit about the new speaker and aid and where the speaker and the Republican Party as a whole sits on a couple of issues that, ever since the new speaker took the position, there have been a lot of questions and concerns about. It's important to remember that the House Republicans in particular are very, let's just say, divided when it comes to continuing aid to Ukraine. You have some that are willing to do so. You have some that are very kind of up in the air with it. And then you have some that honestly seem like they're more interested in fulfilling Moscow's foreign policy than the U.S.'s. And nobody really knew where the new speaker fell on that spectrum. But now we have a statement here. We can't allow Vladimir Putin to prevail in Ukraine because I don't believe it would stop there, and it would probably encourage and empower China to perhaps make a move on Taiwan. We have these concerns. Goes on to say we're not going to abandon them, but we have a responsibility, a stewardship responsibility over the precious treasure of the American people, and we have to make sure that the White House is providing the people with some accountability for the dollars. Okay, so he does not seem to be of the position that it's time to cut aid to Ukraine. And that seems pretty clear. What it sounds like is that they want inventories. They want to know where that money's going and how it's being used. And they want to create a whole bunch of bureaucracy, probably that will end up being filled by their friends or something, the jobs. Just saying that's how it often works. No, I have nothing to suggest that the new speaker actually wants to do that. It's just the Potomac two-step. So the only real change that appears to be on the horizon is the speaker seems to want to split the aid packages between Ukraine and Israel. You know, Biden just wants to push through this giant package that includes aid for Ukraine, aid for Israel, a whole bunch of other stuff. I went through it over on the other channel. It looks like the speaker wants to split these packages up and vote on them separately. The reason for that is simple. The Republican Party is all in on Israel. They are going to fund Israel no matter what, no matter how much they need. It's the Republican Party. It's what they do. The Republican Party is not as united on Ukraine. So my guess is he wants the bill split. So those people who have taken a public stance against supplying aid to Ukraine can vote against it and not have to explain why they voted against aid for Israel. That's really what this boils down to. Realistically, it seems like nothing is going to change other than the procedures in which it happens by. There are more than enough votes on the Republican side of the aisle to get aid for Ukraine moving. For those who are concerned about Israel, there are more than enough votes on the Democratic side of the aisle to keep that moving. It doesn't look like either one of these are in jeopardy in any way. But the speaker not being of the position that we have to cut off funding to Ukraine, that's probably a relief to a whole lot of people who are literally in harm's way depending on it. Remember, the aid situations when it comes to Ukraine and Israel, very, very, very different. Israel the aid really doesn't matter that much to them. They will be able to do what they're doing even if they got no aid. Ukraine, not so much. If they want to stay in the fight, they need it. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.